Hello Chelsea fans, welcome back to Chelsea News Today updates. Jamie Gittens made his third start for Chelsea on Tuesday evening, but the £55 million winger is yet to really get going since signing from Borussia Dortmund over the summer. Chelsea await £55 million transfer vindication as ENZO MARESCA faces Brighton selection dilemma. Tuesday evening saw just a second start in Chelsea colours for new signing Jamie Gittens, but the winger failed to grasp the opportunity at Lincoln City. It was by no means a dreadful performance from the 21-year-old wide man, but one where he drifted in and out of the game. ENZO MARESCA made the decision to take the former Borussia Dortmund winger off at around the 70-minute mark as Pedro Neto injected some much-needed freshness into the Blues' attacking play. Signed for a total package, including add-ons, of around £55 million over the summer, Gittens is yet to really get going at Stamford Bridge. Thus far, Gittens has appeared 5 times for the Blues, with 3 of them being from the start, and has clocked just over 200 minutes to his name. MARESCA was quick to point out post-match that some of the players that featured in Lincoln were getting their first taste of what those sort of cup ties can be like. The Chelsea head coach actually name-checked Gittens when doing so. We prepared the game thinking exactly in the way it was in the first half, and sometimes it is not about desire, it is about winning the second ball, but it is also about experience. Jamie Gittens has never played against League One teams, these kinds of games. Jorel Hato never played this kind of game. This kind of game, you have to play in a different way. You have to play in a different way. It's more about desire, and we struggled in the first half. Gittens will be better off with that experience now under his belt. But there are concerns from some supporters online about what they have seen from the England under-21 international thus far. These are very much early days for Gittens, so this is in no way writing him off, but he has not given MARESCA a lot of encouragement thus far as he faces a bit of a selection dilemma on the left wing. In recent matches, the Italian has used Neto out there, and while the Portugal international is constantly a threat whenever he is on the pitch, Chelsea do lose a lot with him on the left in comparison to the right-hand side. Facundo Buonanotte impressed on Tuesday night, scoring his first goal for the club, but is unavailable on Saturday afternoon as the Blues take on the Loney's parent club Brighton. There could be a world where João Pedro drops back into the number 10 role, but that would require Marc Goyou to be fit, with MARESCA revealing on Tuesday that the Spanish striker felt a knock building up to the Lincoln tie. Chelsea's squad building fails first test as rotation leads to instant pain for ENZO MARESCA. Last season's return to European football after a year away from, it was supposed to be useful preparation for this totally rebuilt Chelsea squad. In fact, it looks like it's had the opposite effect. The fact that it was only the Conference League being played in midweek meant that ENZO MARESCA was able to rotate his team fully, regularly changing 11 players for a game. It seems like that lulled everyone involved into a false sense of security about how ready this squad was for a Champions League return. You can't weaken your side to take on Bayern Munich or Barcelona. In fact, most of these games will require the first team. Last week, MARESCA tried to rotate against Brentford and ended up caught between 2 stools. He brought on the big guns at half-time, then drew anyway. The first team then played against Bayern in midweek and looked predictably knackered from about the 50th minute. 72 hours later, an almost identical lineup was being wheeled out against Manchester United. The manager and his squad still have time to figure these things out, and the depth will improve as injured players return. But the decisions to replace the likes of Nicholas Jackson and Noni Madueke with less experienced players who are not ready to be Champions League starters already looks short-sighted. Chelsea's injury-hit squad is struggling to keep up with the demands of the Premier League, Champions League and Carabao Cup. ENZO MARESCA slams 2 stars as huge warning issued over Cole Palmer. Chelsea's season so far has been a stop-start affair, with ENZO MARESCA's young squad showing flashes of brilliance amid growing pains. A last-minute slip cost them victory against Brentford, before sobering defeats to Bayern Munich and Manchester United laid bare their vulnerability. The Carabao Cup clash on Tuesday night against Lincoln City only intensified the sense of unease. As the Chelsea boss wrestles with squad depth and integration, the pressure is starting to build ahead of a challenging Brighton trip this weekend. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more updates.